the lamb. There's two ways you can do it. We can rip it right down, but I mean the bone saw I think is a little hot right now, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But what the leg of the sheep or lamb is interesting about, because it has a lot of like interconnective tissue that runs along it, and in a hog you would get something that looks like this, so it's a large piece.
Yeah.
So you want to take them off in sections. With a lamb, we can literally bone it out just like this, and we'll have this structure set up. I'll show you after we're done with it. Okay, so what we'll do is, so you find your spine and open it up on either side. Follow it down, all the way down, and you'll see that there's some pieces here that will, almost like this fat piece, will kind of push you to go in towards the meat. You want to stay flush with the spine and work it down. So once you work it down with the spine, I like to go on this side here. Okay, so this is essentially right in the crevice and go straight down. So we're going on either, so this is the spine, either side of the spine. And then what we're gonna do is just roll that meat straight off of the spine here. So around here is gonna be your trickiest part, right here. And then once we open this up, then it will literally just roll right off. And you can see where, if you push on it, you can see the webbing through it.
Should you just get the tendons? Make it hard to.
It's difficult to get in with your knife as well too here, you know, because of this whole area. Like I said, if you ripped it down, it would be easy because we would just pull it right off from the top. But this way, we're gonna come underneath, around either side.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see there's that ball joint right here. Kind of want to come in and cut. There's a tendon that runs through it. So it would be, when you're running, it would pretty much be this ball joint. It'll come under.
You're cutting what you can't see, basically.
Exactly. So with this, if you see here, there's a piece. So we're going to come up, under, and around, which is where it kind of gets tricky. You know, right now it's not, I mean, obviously it's crucial because we want to keep all of the meat, but when you're doing it for production in a restaurant, you have to be very, very, very careful.
Because the visual presentation is more important than the quantity of meat you're getting in the cut.
So you see, well, I mean, you want to get obviously the most meat out of it because that's money. Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing about a restaurant. So we came up and under, just like that, and then we'll run knife right down the side here.
And where do you work now, King?
I work at Rhubarb.
Is that downtown?
Yeah,
there?
downtown Pack Square. Yeah.
Gotta go.
So
I want to make a
Be
kid
looking
laugh.
at Been in
Do the bag test.
every food magazine. And
So you're all laughing. Greatest trick in the world to make a kid laugh. Just put it on top of your head and go like this, and you'll make everybody laugh.
yes, yep, that's a good one, Steve. I like it. Please do that
A lot
every
of
time
meat
you
in
come
there.
here. Don't
Yeah,
throw it away.
man,
We
I'm
were
telling
talking
you,
about
a lot of
second
it.
door.
Cool.
Look at the meat grinder. Look at that.
Cool. Yeah, same as mine. I've got more use out of
So we're
that
just
thing.
kind of coming around, and so you'll notice sometimes I switch the knife up because it's a little bit easier to come out this way when you're, because all you're doing is working the tip. Especially when you're working in something like this, you're like, so we're working right down the spine here. Cut straight out. Cut back in. See that tendon right there? Okay, so at this point, we have like a pivot, essentially. So we will, let's flip her over so I can give you a better shot. So it's pretty much almost out. So we'll just kind of run down right the tail. And then on either side of the tail, it'll open up.
So this leg meat would also be used for what, sausage or cook whole or.
Like a lamb? I mean,
Leg of
is that a
lamb,
thing?
Leg of
definitely. Hell yeah.
lamb? I mean, you hear that all the time. That's
Leg of lamb.
how would you cook a leg of lamb?
Long, slow, a lot of seasoning. Okay, so we have this pivot point here. Okay, there's a joint. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open it up here. So we'll show kind of everything. So you want to?
You would normally do this cut, or you would?
I would do it after. Damn, look at that meat.
Wow.
Look
That just
at
looks
that.
gorgeous.
Oh my word. Well, Senor Cajones didn't have those cojones. I would have sworn he was like pregnant with triplets. He was so huge.
How much did he weigh?
No idea. He was big.
So a little piece there. Okay. So then that sinew runs all the way down. So you can see that's a nice piece of steak. That's a nice piece of, you know, full meat. But the sinew around it, and it's very tough, so we would braise that. So while we have it here, we'll open it up.
Now, is any of this eligible for curing?
Yes, this is all eligible for curing.